You are now listening to the Training Club Podcast, the show for personal trainers who want to build a lasting career in the fitness industry. For more, go to beginwithin.fit/club. Hey there, welcome to the very first episode of the Training Club Podcast. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Nate. I'm going to be one of your hosts on this journey of diving into the personal training industry. What is the purpose of this show? Let me tell you what it is. It's to make your career in the fitness industry a lasting one. You may have heard the staggering statistic that up to 80% of personal trainers quit within their first year. If you're just starting out or you're within that first year, congratulations. You're in an awesome industry, an industry that's going to be really rewarding, one that's going to benefit you, and you're going to be able to benefit for real a whole bunch of people. If you're listening and you are past your first year, you did something amazing. You hung in there. I want to make sure that you hang in there. Wherever it is that you're at in your career in the fitness industry, my job is to keep you here. I want you to become an old personal trainer. And we're fighting against that statistic. That is just a wild number, isn't it? 80% of us quit within the first year. And it's a huge problem for our industry. When you think about it, when turnover is high, not only are we losing talented trainers, potentially you, if you leave the industry, but those that we're working with, the people that we're really here to help, are also impacted every single time their trainer leaves the industry, and they've got to now start potentially working with someone else, hopefully, right? What happens is they lose consistency. The trust that has been built with that individual gets shattered, right? Where fitness needs to be consistent. We're preaching that. We're teaching that to people. We got to be consistent about it. I'm here to hold you accountable. Well, what happens when the one holding you accountable suddenly disappears? They're not there anymore to do the job that they told you is so important for your success. And of course, then the entire industry is impacted. It becomes maybe what it is, a little bit of a cliche now. High pressure sales, lots of promises, very little follow through. And a lot of that has to do with this issue with turnover, this cycle. And in this show, I want to uncover with my co-host, Becca Kandler, who I'm going to introduce you to in just a moment. I want to uncover what's behind the cycle of burnout and frustration and help you to find solutions to it with each and every episode so that you are not affected by what is the reality for so many others in this industry. Because if you leave, it's going to affect a whole lot of people. We talk about the ripple effect so often of our efforts, that we benefit the lives of those that we're working with. And of course, their lives are benefited and their families are benefited and their coworkers, and on and on and on and on. But what happens when we take ourselves out of the picture? The benefit's not there, and the negative ripple effect might be present. And here's the thing. We don't want to just survive in this industry. We want to succeed. We want to be at it not just a long time, grinding it out, but we want to be enjoying it. We want our careers to be rewarding. We want to be excited to go to work every single day and help the people that we're so blessed to be able to work with and be able to make a real lasting difference. It's time that we stop seeing this as a job and start seeing it as a lifestyle. Or maybe it's the other way around for us as personal trainers, right? We love fitness and we love health, maybe it's time that we stop seeing it just as our lifestyle that we're trying to pass on to someone else in our own way. And we see it more as a professional career, a career that is also a lifestyle for us, one that fuels us, one that inspires us and sustains us along the way. That's why I'm here. That's why I had this idea for this podcast so long ago, is in order to help you to thrive in the fitness industry for as long as you want. You never have to feel like you're being forced out. So, whether you're a solo trainer or you're working for a larger company, I believe the skills that you need to succeed are exactly the same. And I want to make sure that you have everything you need in order to do that. So, let me tell you a little bit about the history of this podcast just for a minute. This was originally launched back in 2022, I believe. And originally, the focus was to benefit fitness business owners. And I still know that that is going to happen. But rather than focusing on the individuals who are running the businesses, making the decisions, because I realize that their perspectives are very different. Some are very hands on, some are personal trainers themselves, some are in the trenches, selling, training, coaching right along with their teams, and some are very hands off. And that's fine. That's the decision that they have made for themselves. But I realized something important, that I was missing out on speaking directly to the individuals who could really benefit from some extra support, some extra guidance. And that was you. That was the personal trainers themselves. When I originally launched the podcast, I didn't have the audience that I wanted to speak to clearly dialed in. And now I know that it is, because you are the heart of this industry. If I can help you to stay, to just stick around long enough to succeed, to be fueled by your work and not get burnt out, not quit, not feel like you're forced out because you're not making enough money or whatever the case may be. If I can help you to succeed, I can help the companies you work for succeed. I can help all of the clients that you're working with to be more successful, and the future clients you'll work with to be more successful. And then we're right back to that beautiful ripple effect that we talked about earlier. So I'm rebooting the show. This will show up as episode 1 in the feed now, once again, but the focus is on you. All right. As a personal trainer, if you're a business owner, a business leader, please share the show with your team. I hope that I can provide valuable content for you with every single episode, so that it's something that you can confidently share with your team and know that if they implement what we're talking about here, that you are going to benefit, and so are they. Some of the content that we originally recorded, if you happen to listen to those initial episodes when they came out, thank you very much, by the way, for doing that. We are going to share some of that back out as our show progresses here. So I still feel that it's incredibly relevant. So much great content that we created. I'm going to be sharing those, some aspects of those prior interviews as well into future episodes. But the main focus is on actionable strategies, insights that will allow you to take action steps to help you to thrive. So we've got lots of new content coming your way. It's not just about sticking with it. This is about making your career work for you. And I've been in this industry for a long time, maybe a little bit longer than I like to admit a lot of times. But the longer I've been in it, the more I look around the rooms that I'm in with other personal trainers, and I realize there aren't that many who are this old. And I know there's a reason for that. I want to prevent that. I want to bring a lot more old people into the room at the personal trainer conferences, right? I want us all to be able to age well in this industry and to be successful. And I'm excited to share that with you. Now, joining me on this journey is Becca Kandler. I already mentioned her. She's going to be a co host in lots of the episodes with me. She's a powerhouse with nearly 20 years in the industry. She's a behavior change expert with a master's degree. And she's worked with tons of clients as well as colleagues and the members of her teams over the years to help them to make lasting changes. She's got experience and passion for helping people that goes beyond fitness. She is very interested in doing the same thing that I mentioned to you, helping you to have a long lasting career in this industry the way that she has as well. So, what I want to do now is kick it to a segment that she and I shot a bit ago, wherein we are kind of interviewing each other to introduce ourselves. So, here that is. Here's me and Becca Kandler introducing one another. I would say like I would put you as like a fitness business leader if I was going to give you just like a little tag, you know?
Oh, well, thank you. I like the sounds of
Like
that.
that. Do you feel like I mean, I don't know. That's what you do. That's what you've done. Fitness business leader.
I can't even say it. Fitness
Try it again.
business leader.
Mm-hmm. It
I think
settles in nice, doesn't it?
yeah, it settles in nice. I think that's where it's gotten to,
Mm-hmm.
right? As a progression from where I began as just like a little newbie in fitness who like
How long ago was that when you began?
uh 2005. So 20 years in
2
fitness.
decades.
Yes. And I started in like water group fitness, water exercise, water aerobics was the
I don't think I knew that about you.
very first thing I did. Yes. Yeah. Because like I got into that's the very first thing I did for exercise, like true exercise was water aerobics. Because I was getting into exercise as a new path, like a new approach to managing my chronic pain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't remember like a medical professional of some sorts, whether it was like the rheumatologist, chiropractor was like, maybe try swimming or, in the water, non-weight
Mm-hmm.
bearing.
Yeah.
It changed my world, changed
Huh.
my life.
Good.
So, and then it just grew from there, right? Then I started going to like other group fitness, like what I would call land group fitness, got certified.
And the group fitness.
Yeah. Like I was there so yeah, I was there so much and they're like, have you ever thought about getting certified? Because they're always looking for subs. That's how it works. Like that's how we
Sure.
recruit, right? Like here's who's here a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I was like, of course. Like, what? I could do that? That's a
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Me?
Got it. Amazing. I wow. I'm sure I've heard this, but it doesn't. Hmm.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know that I typically go back that far, right? Like where did it start? Like, okay, so I did some group fitness before I got my personal training certification.
Yeah.
Started as a hobby,
Okay. Got it.
fitness as a hobby. I had another career.
Okay.
Um, but I hired a trainer and same thing. Like, so I was doing group fitness and the trainer I hired because I was recovering from some surgeries and was done with PT, like physical therapy. And this
Mm-hmm.
trainer was like, have you ever thought about being a trainer? And I was
Hmm.
like, I could do that? Like, I remember being shocked. Like, what? Like, that's something I could do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and he was like, yeah, and like created like a pathway for me. Like, he became my mentor. And I would not be here today if not for some of those conversations and
Yeah.
that path forward.
I love
Um,
that.
so I had a leader and a mentor who inspired me to want to pay it forward and do the same.
Nice.
Mhm.
So, where did school fit in there for you?
Great question. Yeah, my master's. I started that. I got my master's. When did I start it? I think 2008 or 2009.
Okay. Got it.
And at that time, I was working with my mentor, who he had a master's in exercise physiology. And we were like looking at programs and thinking about my history. And I'm like, I can learn like biomechanics, the exercise physiology, like on the job, because I have a mentor who can show me in person and doing that. But what could I learn more from a book? What could I learn like from actual education, if that makes sense?
Hmm.
And with having an undergrad, like a psychology degree, when we're I was looking at the exercise psychology programs, that's just seemed to be better suited to myself and the approach that I wanted to take with my clientele. So I was already working as a trainer part-time, first career full-time, and
Sure.
then I kind of transitioned to like a heavy full-time personal trainer while I did grad school and
Gotcha.
graduated 2011.
Okay. Got it. What happened
Mm.
after that?
Well, after that, so exercise psychology, right? I had like it's unique, still to this day, unique. So I went and I worked for a weight loss resort, actually, as a behavior coach.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Awesome. Yep.
something similar to like I always compare it to Biggest Loser. Wasn't the Biggest Loser, but it's the best comparison I can give, right?
Right.
Uh, our guests would come from anywhere from a week to 12 weeks for this program, that had a three prong approach of exercise, nutrition, and psychology or behavior.
Hmm.
Um, so I got like credited hours that I needed underneath the supervision of a therapist. I did behavior coaching and group support sessions and weekly and one-on-ones, and helped with some of the fitness classes that they did. But I was predominantly like, I think my title maybe was a behavior specialist, behavior coach, something like that. And
Awesome.
I did that. Great experience. Um, Met a whole lot of really cool people that I still stay in contact with to this day as colleagues that I would have never ever met, right, if I didn't go and do that. So, um,
Awesome. Cool. When did you start training on your own, like as a independent contractor, personal training?
like all through, like I mean, I would say like I started training as a trainer career bef before I went and did that, like in 2010. And then I took that, I guess, hiatus to go do that
Oh yeah,
after I,
you were saying you're doing part-time.
and
Okay.
then
Yeah.
and then I came back. So like 2013, 2012, 2013 is where like I was just trainer, personal trainer. And I always say it's a personal trainer with a unique like behavior coach approach.
Hmm. I love
Um,
it. Yeah.
right? That we're looking at more than like we're here to exercise, don't get me wrong, but do you want to do homework? And that homework might not be more exercise. That homework might be something nutritional. It might be mindset. It might be a worksheet to get to know yourself a little bit more.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. Cool.
but and
Did you get into being a fitness business leader then?
I think I just like even my previous like background, previous career, like I have a natural ability to want to like teach, which happens in training, like we teach and train clients. But I had that passion because I had been mentored that I'm like, I want to be a leader to new trainers.
Hmm.
So, where I was for the bulk of my training career, I was able to step into a role as the like personal training director and to start bringing in new trainers, right? Not only onboarding them, but like green trainers fresh out of school, uh, or certification and mentor them the way that I was. So that I don't remember what year that was.
Nice. I mean, not nice that you can't remember, but nice that you got
Yeah,
got
and
doing that, helping other people get going.
Yep. And then was able to transfer that to like a different organization too when I took the um, member experience manager role, right?
When we met?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, when we met.
Great day. Great day. I remember that. I was like, oh man, she's awesome, but she's just too good for us.
Mm, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is true, right? Oh man.
Oh, but you know what?
Oh,
But life
man. I'm
life
so
works in
glad.
mysterious ways,
Yeah.
right? And it was, I think, something that everybody needed. And that's where I needed to be at that time in my life for various reasons. Um, and has been the pathway to where I am today,
Yeah.
too, as a leader, right? And working with an organization that had more structure than I would have had where if I had stayed where I was,
hmm Yeah.
right? Trying
Yeah.
to do it on my own,
Right.
joining an organization that had other leaders, mentors that could help me level up,
hmm
like
Nice.
yourself.
Oh, I don't know if that, I think it was pretty, if anything, it was a pretty even trade there. So cool. It makes so much sense. I like your story. I mean, it's just like, it just seems nice and nice and neat and orderly. One thing
I'm
to
glad it comes across as nice and neat because I wouldn't say that the experience was. It wasn't very linear.
It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense that you did that. Okay, that makes sense you did that. And then here we are. It all makes sense. Wow.
Okay, it does. It does. And I think that, as much as that's life, right? And we can translate that to also like results with clients. Like it's not linear,
hmm
but you can look back at it and be like, oh, now I can see the progression.
Yeah,
Now I can see like how that fits into this story to how I got here.
right. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't feel like it's a stretch for you. I mean, I think we can make meaning out of a lot of experiences, but it's, yeah, it does seem pretty logical.
yeah.
Nice.
So yeah. Well, what about you, Nate?
Not so good. I don't know. A little more like jagged and random, I feel like. So,
What? Tell me.
where do we start? So I was born, no, just kidding.
Oh,
I had a underwhelming career in human resources in my mid 20s. Why don't we start there?
yeah. That's about where I started.
And yeah, so that was kind of like my path forward. I thought always HR loved it, but it just got to be, ugh. And I think around that time, so I was kind of looking for something different, kind of look like felt like I just worked too much at something I didn't really enjoy. So I mentally was like, how do I work less and do something I enjoy more? Is that possible? And anyway, so then my wife and I were just kicking that around. We were pretty newly married, and she was like, yeah, personal training sounds great for you. Sounds like it'd be an awesome fit. Because for whatever reason, I enjoyed
Yeah.
working out, I enjoyed helping people, but I was like, well, how do I do that? Right. So Googling, oh, you got to get ACSM certified, right?
Yeah.
You
I
gotta.
did that. Yeah, you
That's
have
where
to.
I
I
was
did.
like, what's the best one? Google says it's this ACSM. So I'm like, all right, great. So I got like their textbooks and I was just read about testing and all their recommendations. And I forget what they have a few, right? Manual for personal trainer. Then they have, I don't even know anymore. But I think I had three different ACSM, very
Yeah,
dry, terrible. And I remember like I would work out and then between sets I'd be reading, truly, just
that's
reading
amazing.
textbooks. Because I'm like, all I got to do is pass this exam, right? Pass the
Yeah.
exam, and you're good to go. So, yeah. So I don't even remember how long that took. Maybe 6 months. And then I'm like, I'm gonna go take this exam, and I passed it.
Awesome.
It was a great day. First
Yeah.
try.
Way to go.
Yeah. So
Reading pays off.
what's that?
Reading paid off.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And since then I have desperately worked hard to keep up my continuing education because I do not want to try to take that again.
Same.
Although I'm a slightly curious at how poorly I would do. I know that I know that it would be bad. Um, anyway, so that was that. So then I started training. I got started working at Anytime Fitness. I think back then it was I would like it's the wild, wild west of personal training, right? Those independent contractors. I had a teeny bit of like onboarding, like mentorship, but it was kind of just like, oh, here you go. And I was excited to do the job, but very disillusioned by how important the sales process is.
Sure.
So that kind of became my I was like, okay, great. I love training. Like to me, I was like, oh, that's the easy part. The hard part is finding clients. So anyway, so I was working on that. And then at some point, the company where I worked transitioned over to having employees instead of independent contractors. And I think things just got a little bit easier then, but then they wanted to systemize the onboarding process for personal trainers, have managers. And so after a relatively short time, I started doing that, which was sort of the HR piece, I guess, made sense then. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, people, management, I got it. Okay. So then I was doing less training and more hiring, training trainers and
Yeah.
having to develop SOPs and all that great stuff. So yeah, and that I feel like that company did very, very well, as a personal training company in particular, with small group training. And I kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of plowing the way through that whole process of helping standardize the shift from the wild, wild west into actual, like an actual business, an actual organization that does training. So,
Yeah.
um, and then COVID happened and we had a bunch of online training clients that didn't come back. So we kind of kept that piece in place. And then the owner sold the company. And I was not part of the sale.
That
But
was the
that's
same.
okay, because I said, hey, we have all these online training clients. Do you want to take this on? And I said yes, because at that point I didn't really have much of another option. So I now I have a company, online personal training, and yeah. So here we are.
That's incredible.
Is it? I don't know. I feel like it's just like I said, random jagged, like here we are. So
Right. That's how we feel about our own stories, I guess, right? Because we experienced them and we had to go through the
mhm.
challenges as opposed to like when you
Yeah,
hear my story, it sounds great. Like, oh, you did all that? That's awesome. I did. But like, whew,
it is. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. I think when I think back to how many times we were just trying to pay our bills, it
mhm.
seems like um
Yes. I think like I was so fortunate that like the mentor I spoke about, his name was David. Um, he and in that time that he was mentoring me, he had opened his own business. And like if you wanted to work for him, you had to go network because you had to help bring clients in.
mhm,
I didn't know what he was doing, right? Like I'm going to like chamber events or I'm finding like these breakfast things to just like network and build relationships and try to get people to get their foot in the door of this private facility.
yeah,
Like the first month I worked as a personal trainer
that's great.
because I needed to eat.
Yeah, yeah,
And I had to do it. But then, like, because I had to do it so early, I think I still get anxiety with some of it, but I just know that's what you have to do. And it makes having a facility where there's like members, like to draw from for training clients.
yeah,
I was like, look at this fishbowl. Like, I have all of this available to me. I don't have to go. schmooze people.
Right. Yep.
Like I could just take this person and teach them something and then say, sell them training. Like, whew. So, because that
So
got thrown to the,
easy. Take this person,
yeah,
teach them something, sell them training. Love it. There it is. Write that down, friends.
yeah, yeah. There's
Ah,
always a rule for a while. I don't know who taught me this. There was somebody in Anytime Fitness that if you didn't teach the prospect something, especially personal training client, if you didn't teach them something in your time together, do not show them prices.
hmm, I like that. Yeah,
Meet with them again,
sure. Try again.
but in that time, if you didn't teach them something, you do not show them prices.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. No light bulbs
So,
went on for them. Okay, try it. Try another one. Try another meeting.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Hey, this was a lot less painful than I think I thought it would be.
I
I
think
think
so
it makes
too.
it so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Awesome.
you.
All right, before we wrap up this episode, this very first episode, I want to hear from you. All right. I want to know what's going on in your career. I want to know what challenges you're facing as a personal trainer and how we can help you moving forward so that we can turn things around if you're struggling to make sure that you are successful. So here's what you can do: drop a comment or write it as a review in your podcast player so that we can start the conversation. I want to hear from you. What's going great in your career? Where are you at? How long you been in the industry? What are some of the challenges that you are facing now? And I hope that we can address them in future episodes because I'm here to support you. Becca is here to support you. We want to help you to become a very old personal trainer, someone who accomplishes everything that you want to accomplish in this industry and then some. Stick around here in the training club, here on the podcast. We are going to share with you just what we know you need in order to be successful. Thanks for tuning into this first episode. I'm excited to have you on the journey. And if you would be so kind, I already mentioned it, but if you wouldn't mind rating and reviewing the show in your podcast player or leaving a comment, that helps us so much to be able to find other personal trainers who want to continue to level up just like you and stick around in the industry. And of course, just sharing the episode. If you feel like you found something kind of cool here that others can benefit from, don't just keep it to yourself. Be generous, pass it off to your coworkers, to your colleagues, to your mentors, or to those that you are mentoring so that they can benefit as well. And we can build a community, a strong community of personal trainers all working together to be successful. I'll talk with you again soon. And in the meantime, keep training, keep learning, and keep growing.